Welcome, 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 boys and girls, to the mystical world of Ash. And we return today with a great tale, a great story coming from a very adventurous young man named Timothy. And it is called Timothy the Temperance Titan. Okay? And let's begin. Timothy was the kind of young man who loved a great adventure. In fact, one of his favorite animated adventures was The Incredible. His grandma had introduced The Incredible movies to him a few years back, and it was something about Frozone that really captured his heart. He loved when Frozone was in tough situations. Frozone always seemed to know exactly what to do and how to keep his cool. He even knew how to crack jokes in the process. So he was pretty cool to Timothy. One evening, Timothy and his grandma were watching The Incredibles together, and Timothy said, "Grandma, I need a name, a superhero name. When things get hot, I want to stay cool like Frozone." "Okay then, Timothy. How about the Temperance Titan?" Said Timothy. "The Temperance Titan," Timothy said. "I like it. I like it. Thanks, Grandma," and gave his grandma a big old hug. "In fact, Timothy," his grandma said, "I want to show you something." "What, Grandma?" "The hot soup cool down breath." "What in the world is that, Grandma?" Timothy said. "Well, I'm so glad you asked, Timothy. If you ever feel yourself getting angry, I want you to pause and take a deep breath in through your nose like you are smelling your favorite soup." "Tomato soup, Grandma?" "Tomato soup, Timothy," Grandma said. "And from there, Timothy, gently and slowly blow out through your mouth like you're cooling off your tomato soup." "All right, let's practice. You ready?" "Yeah, Grandma, I'm ready." Timothy and his grandma took a deep breath in through their noses like they were smelling soup, and they let out a deep exhale out of their mouths as if they were cooling their soup off. Timothy's grandma said, "Do this as many times as you feel you need to, all right?" "Yes, Grandma, I will. Thank you," and Timothy gave his grandma another big hug. That following Tuesday, when Timothy was in class, his less than cool classmate Marcus walked over to Timothy's desk and knocked all of his crayons onto the floor. "You took my box of crayons the other day, Timothy, and now I have destroyed yours," Marcus roared. Timothy felt something hot bubbling inside of him. He felt like he was about to pop. He sat there and started to clench his fists as if he was about to serve up something serious to Marcus, and then he heard his grandmother's voice in his head. "Timothy the Temperance Titan, calm, cool, and collected." So Timothy did exactly that. He remembered, calm, cool, and collected. He did the hot soup breaths, took about 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out, and he was able to stay calm, cool, and collected. He looked up at Marcus and said, "You want to help me pick up these crayons? It looks like I have 2 greens, and I know green is your favorite color, Marcus. You can have my extra one if you want." Marcus hesitated a bit. He looked a bit puzzled. This was not going how he planned. He came over looking for trouble, but instead was getting offered his favorite colored crayon. Marcus slowly got down on his knees and started picking up the crayons. He didn't say sorry, not yet in fact. It was likely never going to happen. However, it was not needed. Timothy was at peace because he did what his grandma suggested and all was well. That evening, Timothy sat on his grandmother's porch, eating his favorite tomato soup. "Grandma," he said, "I used the hot soup bread today." She smiled and asked, "How did that feel?" Timothy thought about it. "Like being a titan," he said. She laughed and patted his hand. "That's because you are, baby. You are a titan. You always were and you always will be." The end.